do you think Arsenal have the ability to take advantage of that? Because personally, me from my own part, I think from what I've seen in preseason, it's been a long, long time. I'm an Arsenal fan, you all know that. It's been a long, long time since I've seen us,
So much excitement.
since I've been this optimistic going into a season. It's been a long time I've been this optimistic going into a season. We look so good. We beat Sevilla 6-0. Sevilla is not easy peasy. They're a great team. I
But
think
I
they
think
just
I think Leeds beat them.
they're Champions League team, right? They're in the Champions League,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, then
They qualify for the Champions League. So I think for me, I think Arsenal have a chance this season. I'm honestly saying this truthfully. I think Arsenal is a top 3 team this season. I don't think they'll be the best among the rest. I think they'll be in title race for a while, but I don't know if they'll be able to sustain it all across the season. But I think Arsenal this season is a top 3 team.
You are in
Jose
Europa.
Junior, do you think
Sorry,
that okay, go ahead, Folu.
sorry to cut in. Your team is in Europa League. You travel far and wide. Your squad, as much as you've gotten a couple of players, you still don't have the quality on the bench as such. I've not seen Vieira play much. I saw a couple of games here and there with Porto, but players like that, I'm not expecting much from them, at least in the first season. You said a couple of because of the World Cup, yeah. Arsenal players would have a lot of rest. Ramsdale is going to go to the World Cup definitely. Saka is going to go to the World Cup definitely. Gabriel Jesus is going to go to the World Cup. Thomas Partey is going to the World Cup. Tomiyasu is going to the World Cup. So, I mean, I've called like 6 or 7 of your first team players. Of course, they might not go into the latter stages of the World Cup, but the World Cup is trainers because you play matches every 3-4 days. And you play friendlies before the World Cup, and they are back and straight back into training. So saying that the fact that the World Cup is going to help us now, I'm not really going to buy that as such. It might, but your players are going to the World Cup. A lot of your players, I would say, it should favor Liverpool more because most of our players are not really going to the World Cup. Our top players, Salah is not going, Diaz is not going. Thiago might not go. He's been in the periphery for Spain. Konate most likely would not go. Matip is not going. So I'm going to say it's going to favor a club like Liverpool over Arsenal or even City.
Okay, so we say the World Cup is actually an advantage for Liverpool in essence because you make a good point there about those players. I think Arsenal actually have a good number of players. I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it initially, but now on second thoughts, this is what you said. I think Arsenal actually have a good number of players because our players are even Brazilians, people that you expect English players, people that you expect quarterfinals, semi-final, final. So that could even maybe affect Arsenal this season. But basically,
minimum.
so what now? We have people saying Arsenal dark horses, Osai Chooks, Jonathan as Justice Obo Arekpe. I said Arsenal will be in the top 3. Owolabi me, I said it's sure that Arsenal will be in the top 4. But some people are saying Arsenal will always be Arsenal. So I don't know. Do you think Arsenal will always be Arsenal? Just do you think Arsenal will be Arsenal this season and not finish in the top 4?
Well, if you're going to judge by recent history, Arsenal will always be Arsenal. But I have a strong feeling this season might be strange, kind of like the season where Leicester won, or the pandemic season where Liverpool won the only title they've had in the last 35 years. But but the thing is, Folu made a good point. I don't think the World Cup will make significant difference in the teams because most of those top teams have a lot of players playing in the World Cup, and of course they will go to the training camp. They'll spend time there, so they will have the same level of accumulated fatigue regardless. But what I think will affect Arsenal more is how they cope and manage their Europa League journey. If they really take Europa League very serious, which from what I heard from a lot of your players, they've been saying they really want to get to the final, they want to win. It's very, we've had this conversation before about Europa League and Premier League. Playing on the Thursdays, and then 3 days later, let's say round of 16, for example, you meet a team like Roma, and then on Sunday, you're playing Man City. So it's how you guys are able to navigate that tight fixtures. And again, your depth. It's better this season, but not it's still a bit low. So it's difficult to tell. So I think Folu is right. 4th and 5th thereabout. Yeah.
Personally, I don't agree with you about our depth this season. I think our depth is very, very strong this season. But I can give you at least we have a lot of players in different positions. We have for left back we have Zinchenko and now we have Tierney, 2 of them. For right back, we have Tomiyasu. We have Cedric who did well when he came in last season. We have White who can play in that area. In defense, we have
Saka.
Saliba.
Saka can also play there.
Exactly. So I think we have good depth this season. Because even in midfield, we have Vieira, we have Xhaka, we have Odegaard, we have
Lokonga,
Partey. So I think there's depth, especially for the Europa League group stages. In Europa League group stages, we're going to use our second team basically. With the second team of Arsenal, I expect the second team of Arsenal to navigate the group stage of Europa League easily, qualifying by the 4th game. So I don't think the group stage of the Europa League will be an issue for Arsenal.
Yeah,
it will not be an issue for a club like Arsenal.
Here's the question. Here's the question. It's a full season. Yes, your depth this season is better than last season. Agreed. But let's say you get like a hamstring injury to Gabriel Jesus in October, and then Saliba has a tibial fracture, and then Saka is also injured. What happens? Your team becomes very thin. Do you understand? You will definitely expect injuries in the season. So the depth might be more, but in terms of quality, I think you guys still need a little bit more, especially on the flanks and in attack.
Okay, that's understandable. Okay, the highest goal scorer of all Premier League teams, the highest goal scorer in preseason is Gabriel Jesus. He scored 7 goals. 7 goals in 4 games. We spoke about him last time before the Sevilla game where he got the hat-trick. We said he will get between 15 and 18 goals. Has anybody changed their mind? Andy, how many goals do you think Jesus will get? Considering that.
Well, I still maintain. I still maintain what I've said earlier. Between 15 to 18 goals in the Premier League, and then I think it's fair enough for me. He's been quite good, so we expect him to replicate that same form in the preseason to the start of the season. So if he continues that way, then I still give him 18 goals. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, it's a prediction anyway. So,
Jose Junior, you said how many goals do you think you get?
I think it's going to be. I may not be able to put a figure to it because, Premier League is very difficult. The goals are not too much lately, but he will be among the top goal scorers because the
All right, thank you for that. Folu, what do you think about Jesus?
I agree with Jose. Probably, usually top goal scorers between 18 and 23 in the last few years. So you should be somewhere between 15 and 18 anyways.
So
having said that, most of the goals I've seen him score in the friendlies or the preseason are mistakes from that teams that Premier League teams would really make. I'm not saying he's not going to score a lot of goals. Of course.
Left one, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you. That is partly weakness of the defender, but Jesus' quality. Jesus has so much agility. Those goals that he has scored from defensive mistakes from defenders, he scores those same goals versus Liverpool, versus Madrid, versus in Champions League. He's always quick to get the goals.
Thank you for that. Those are quick reaction goals. Quick reaction, and in that moment you have to control the ball quickly and finish it very well in split seconds, and does that very, very well. I agree with you on that point. I'm not biased. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I'm not biased. I agree
you are biased. You can't help yourself.
We talk so much about Arsenal. Let's move on to your show. So